2.
Danny Trevathan on the tackle. A gain of 3 brings up second and goal at the Bears' 2-yard line.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll come out in the pistol. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
It's second and 8 at the 10-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Here we go. X3, 218, chopper. You got tight. You got tight right there. Alert, 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 alert. Go. Mike, move. Right there in the middle, 55. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Check.
And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Throwing here, Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. He's got a man, complete. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
Watch the run. Good work, boys. Let's go.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
that's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do. When you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Go, 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 go. Mike, bye.
Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Well, I tell you, you can't fault the pass protection here. He had all day to throw, and he just couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. And quarterbacks will tell you that after a while, they start getting antsy back there. So this is just a great job defensively to stay with these receivers as long as they did.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. Yeah. Motion. Leo. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Watch that.
2nd and 5. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, Steve 6.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check tight. Alert 3. Recon, 132 fighter. Mike 50. Stop your whining. Hey, Charlie.
To throw again. Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. Allen, the intended receiver.
Intercepted. The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
A gain of 6 yards.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw on third down. Herbert. It's complete to Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs.
And the Chargers first down.
Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Ready?
Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Down. 70. Indy.
Touchdown, defense.
Hard. Hard. Defense.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Tricky's the mark. Tricky's the mark.
Rock it.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Rip left. Here we go.
Hey, Haywood.
Let's go.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Mike's 50.
Go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Mike 50. Bam. Hey, Sam off. Get it.
From the gun, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. There defensively was Buster screen to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram able to record his 5th sack of the season. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Lock in.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And some room to work. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. 51 yards on the ground.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So forget about any talk of possible safeties. Here's 1st and 10 clear on the other side of the field.
Hey, 18. I got it. Hey, Echo. Hey, check right. Watch it. Hey, alert. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
And bring it. Kill.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And this one's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
Hey, watch it. Shift.
Blue.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
Bravo.
Watch the slam.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And Gibbs got it. But he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. A gain of 32 that time.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And boy, they hit that one.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Smooth.
Bang. Check. 55 the mic. Check.
18. Go. Hey.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chargers' 13-yard line.
Come. 180.
Mike's 56.
This is Cohen. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd down.
Hands up. Alert. Hey, zoom.
Here's Trubisky. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and through, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike's at 59. You got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And it's complete. Henry. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Check 45 to Mike. Hey, we got to get to the ball.
Look at me. Go. Check 4. Go.
From the gun, Herbert. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver.
And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window. and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. What a great surprise Austin Ekeler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon. To throw on second down. Herbert. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Score. Slam. Hey, lock it. Switch. Shoot.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Ekeler running it. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Ready. 8-3. Double time. Get it.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. Going deep here for Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
Zipper. Hey, box truck. Look, squeeze. Slam.
From the gun, Herbert. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Set. 50. Play. Protein spill.
On the ground, it's Ekeler. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Back to throw. Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. Smart play to get rid of it there, but now it's 4th down. Your margin for error pretty much out the window.
That means you have to come up with a big-time throw here and a completion in order to keep this 2-minute drive going.
And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Coming to you, coming to you. Potion! Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Throwing now is Trubisky. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety Derwin James. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On first down, Herbert looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Leo, Leo! Slam!
Looking to throw. Herbert, he's going to look deep down the field. And this is going to be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Alert, 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 alert! Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Here's Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Intended for Tariq Cohen. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to almost certainly win the football game. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So everything hanging in the balance, resting on the right foot of Michael Badgley. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it's good. He got it. He missed his lone attempt earlier, but he connects when it matters most. And they've come in here and stolen one on the road. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for our visitors, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.